Hello students of class 6. Today we are going to read your English supplementary book chapter number 5 Tansen. So let us start. Tansen was the only child of his parents, naughty but talented. He imitated the calls of birds and animals perfectly. Once he tried to frighten a group of travelers by roaring like a tiger. तो आप सब ने तानसेन के बारे में तो सुना ही होगा। वो एक प्रसिद्ध संगीतकार थे और अकबर के दरबार में नवरत्नों में एक थे। ये पाठ उन्हीं के बारे में है। So today we will start about the Tansen, and he was famous musician and one of the Navratna of Akbar's court. You may have heard the name of Tansen. A singer called Mukundan Mishra and his wife lived in Behat near Gwalior. Tansen was their only child. It is said that he was a naughty child. Often he ran away to play in the forest and soon learned to imitate perfectly the calls of birds and animals. So given here that Tansen during his childhood, as he was only child of Mukundan Mishra and his wife, who lived in Behat near Gwalior, and from his childhood he learned the art of interpreting the voice of animals around him. So he used to learn the voice of cheetah, lion, tigers and many other animals. A famous singer named Swami Haridas was once traveling through the forest with his disciples. Tired, the group settled down to rest in the shady grove. Tansen saw them. "Stranger in the forest," he said to himself. "It will be fun to frighten them." He hid behind a tree and roared like a tiger. The little group of travelers scared in fear, but Swami Haridas called them together. So it happened that in one day that Tansen went to the forest, and at that time it saw the Swami Haridas along with his disciples, means with his followers, was passing that way. Tansen decided to play a trick. Then he hid himself behind a tree and took out a growling voice of tiger. This really scattered the disciples of Swami Haridas. Stranger in the forest, he said to himself, "It will be fun to frighten them." As he hid behind a tree and afraid the disciples, suddenly one of his men saw a small boy hiding behind a tree. "There are no tiger here, master," he said, "only this naughty boy." And someone saw him as he hid behind a tree, and then he said his master that only a naughty boy was there. Swami Haridas did not punish him. He went to Tansen's father and said, "Your son is very naughty. He is also very talented. I think I can make him a good singer." Then Swami Haridas immediately recollected that this boy has a talent, and this talent need to be held. Thus Swami Haridas met his father and said that your son is very naughty, but is a very talented boy. Tansen was 10 years old when he went away with Swami Haridas. He lived with him for 11 years. तो तानसेन क्या है, हरिदास के साथ चले गए और उनके साथ 11 ईयर्स, जब वो 10 ईयर्स के थे तो चले गए और 11 ईयर्स उनके साथ रहे. At that time he learned music and became a great singer. At about this time his parents died, and Mukundan Mishra dying wish was that Tansen should visit Muhammad Ghosh of Gwalior. Muhammad Ghosh was a holy man. Mukundan Mishra had long been devoted to him and often visited him. While living in Gwalior with Muhammad Ghosh, Tansen was often taken to court of Rani Mrignani, who was a great musician herself. There he met and married one of the ladies of the court. Her name was Hussaini. So here given that the Tansen when the Tansen was 10 years old, he went with Swami Haridas and lived with him for 11 years, and at that time his parents died, and Tansen's father Mukundan Mishra's wish was that Tansen should visit Muhammad Ghosh, who was a very holy man. So while visiting Muhammad Ghosh's court, Tansen usually goes to him and met him, and at that time he met the one of the ladies of the court. Her name is Hussaini, and he married to her. Hussaini also became Swami Haridas' disciple. Tansen and Hussaini had 5 children who were all very musical. Tansen had by this time become very famous. Sometimes he sang before Emperor Akbar, who was so impressed by him that he insisted Tansen should join his court. So given here that later his words become to spread and stayed so wisely that it reached the ears of Basa Akbar, who really wanted Tansen to be one of his courtiers. So students, rest of the part of this chapter we will discuss in the next video.